Hello friends, welcome to the show. Today I'm at AF1 Racing, one of my favorite toy stores. Today I'm going to take that little guy back there for a ride. That is a Triumph Trident 660. Let's get on with the show. Since we're doing this Trident ride, AF1 has this special tribute edition right here called a Slippery Sam. It's number 67. This bike is famous for its 5 consecutive wins at the Isle of Man race. And a previous edition in 1970 had an oil leak, went all over the rider, and it made him slippery, and that's, I guess, where it came from, the name. Pretty cool bike. They have another unique bike here. This one here is, it's got a special tank and paint on it. This is called Stealth Paint. It's black to purple, so up here it's kind of a dark black. I don't know if you can see it with the camera. And then it kind of fades the back part here and it turns purplish. And this was a special bike that Triumph was taking to dealerships and showing them a special paint color as an example. So this bike, there's only I believe 10 of these bikes with this paint scheme in the US. All right, let's go over some of the statistics on this bike. So this is a inline 3-cylinder engine at 660 cc displacement. It's got 80 horsepower, 47 foot-pounds of torque. It's a stainless steel 3-into-1 exhaust, chain drive, 6-speed gearbox, slip and assist clutch. Electronics include rider modes sport, road, and rain. Traction control is switchable, ABS is switchable, quick shifter up and down, and throttle is ride by wire. Suspension got a Showa 41 millimeter upside down on the front with 120 millimeters of travel. The rear is a Showa monoshock with preload adjustment with 133 millimeters of travel. Brakes, we got front brakes, dual 310 millimeter discs, Nissan 2-piston calipers. Rear brake is a single 255 millimeter disc, Nissan single piston caliper. Wheels and tires, wheels are 17 inches, front tires are 120, rear tire is a 180. Seat height is 105 millimeters or 31.7 inches. Wheelbase 1,401 millimeters or 55.1 inch. Wet weight is 419 pounds or 190 kilos. Fuel consumption, fuel tank capacity is 14 liters or 3.7 US gallons, and it's claimed between like 43 and 47 miles per gallon. We've got instrumentations. The display is a full color TFT screen, and as far as lighting goes, you got full LED lighting system, headlight, tail light, and indicators. Also comes in some really cool colors like jet black, Diablo red and sapphire black, cosmic yellow and sapphire black, and cobalt blue and sapphire black. Okay, so let's get on this bike. So this again is the Triumph Trident 660. So we've got the key here, gloves there. Let's go through some of the switchgear stuff. So we got your horn here, got your modes here, got your turn signals, start and stop, hazards. On the back side over here is the high beam flasher, and this is a cruise control. Cruise control is not adjustable though, from what I understand. I think you can just set it and that's it, and then turn it off and set it again if you want. Okay, so road mode, sport mode, rain mode. There you go. So you got 3 modes. And let's go into the menu. So we got trip 2, main menu, navigate, Triumph app, loudness, play, gear selector, time, temperature. You got your revs up here. You got your fuel gauge, speedometer, date and time for service interval, so it tells you when you need to get the bike serviced. Temperature, it's not on, so it's cool. Gas mileage, fuel, Lots of stuff in here. And this bike is out the door here. I think it's just under 9,000. It's like 8,000 and change out the door for this bike. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff on this one little screen, and I think this little screen here fits the style of the bike, you know, having this round shape instead of a rectangle. It kind of fits that kind of retro style a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put it in sport mode. And no, actually, let's put it in road mode, ride around a little bit, and then switch it into sport mode and see how that works. And you can switch them on the fly. Okay, get the kickstand up, and then on these Triumphs you have to, from my memory, you have to have the clutch in to start them. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, it doesn't start. Clutch in. So it's got stock exhaust. Sounds pretty good. Triples, it sounds pretty good, triples. I like the way they sound. If you put a pipe on this, it'll sound even nicer. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's check the mirrors first. Okay, off we go. Alright, initial seating position. I'm not reaching for the bars. They're meeting me, so it's quite comfortable. Seat height is not bad on this. I'm flat footing, no problem. Do a little lane filtering here. So yeah, the seating position is quite nice. I feel I'm up really high, even though the seat height is quite low. Handlebars are kind of underneath me. The gauge is kind of underneath me. I have to look down to see it, because my chin bar there and my helmet's in the way. Legs are a little bit tucked back. They're not 90 degrees, but they're also not too high up, so I'm not squished up. I think from my hip out to my knee, that is closer to a 90 degree, and then my knee to my ankle is kind of tucked back in a sportier position. But it's quite comfortable, and again, I'm flat-footed in this, no problem. Sitting here at idle, there's very little vibration. None in the foot pegs. Seat, none really. Handlebars just a tiny bit, so the engine seems to be quite balanced. Quite easy to find neutral, just one snap up and it went right in. Some bikes you have to kind of search for that. Since I've got a bunch of cars behind me, a bunch of cars in front of me, and I'm sitting here not going anywhere, I usually feel comfortable putting the bike in neutral and, you know, kind of standing up with my hands on the tank. Otherwise you get tired just holding the clutch in forever. Yep, neutral again, no problem. Here comes the ambulance. Okay. Take this up here on the frontage road. Check out this quick shifter. Okay, second gear. Let's go. Alright, well, that quick shifter is very smooth. I like that. And this is a 660. That picked up quite nice. I've got to get the weight of this bike. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I would assume it's quite low. This is the beauty of having a bike. Cut right in there. Sorry. So these rearview mirrors, both of them are nice and big. I can see all kinds of stuff behind me. They also, let's see, let's go a little faster if we can. It's going to be a challenge around here though. Right now there's no vibration in the side mirrors, which is nice. There's no big bumps so far on this road, so it's hard to really judge the suspension, but it feels quite nice. You know, even these little kind of uneven spots are being absorbed, no problem. And I do have this, I believe, in the sport mode suspension. So it's probably in its stiffest kind of configuration. Downshifting quick shifter. Quite nice. Alright, now we can go a little bit faster. Not much, but a little bit. Get it in the 4th gear anyways. Whee! And my friend Sean there at AF1 told me these are really fun bikes to ride, and so far I can totally agree. It's very peppy and lightweight. There you go. So this is a naked bike. I'm just getting full frontal wind here on my chest, pretty even. I just went over a bunch of bumps there, no problem. This bike really wakes up. Quick shifter up and down both ways is smooth. Has very balanced power delivery. I can feel there's a little bit of torque there. It hits the mid-range, and if you hold on to it for a little bit, you really get that. It starts to kind of wake up on that higher end a little bit. It's just unfortunate that there's no clear riding here. It's all city traffic, unfortunately, so it's hard to get it consistently at a higher RPM. And turning in here, oh, it's very easy, very confident, inspiring. More traffic, wouldn't you know? So who's this bike for? But again, I've only been on this for a few minutes, and I'm going to tell you who this bike is for after a few minutes. It doesn't take long to just kind of figure that out, but for me, the seat height is a good one for beginners. The quick shifter is very smooth. Again, easy and great for beginners and new riders. It's ergonomics, quite comfortable. Yeah, I'm not uncomfortable at all. My back feels fine. Let me open this up a little bit. It's starting to steam up. It's got great power, so I think this is a great bike for a new rider, even though it is kind of powerful. I mean, not super powerful, but I think, you know, the problem with new riders and like which bikes do they buy, a lot of times if you buy your first bike is really underpowered, you're going to get used to it very quickly. You're going to get used to that very quickly and bored because it just has no balls, so to speak. So it's best to buy something, you know, like at least close to a 500 or so. And even this at a 660, you can even put this in rain mode. Let's see. Let's try see if I can road mode, sport, rain. Okay, rain. Let's see what happens here. Alright, yeah, so it significantly has dumbed down the response of the throttle to the engine. So when I twist the throttle, it starts to go, but it's kind of sluggish. It doesn't just like take off on you. It takes a while for it to pick up. Alright, so rain mode, what it's trying to do is just keep the back tire from spinning and keep you stable in slippery conditions, and that just, you know, cracking the throttle and taking off fast is just not conducive during rain. You're going to probably lose the back end and fall. So that's what rain is trying to do. And by doing that, it kind of dumbs down the motor for you, so it's not as powerful. Let's see. Let's go to rain. Before I had it in road, I'll put it in sport now. Yeah, sport is definitely wired more closely to the throttle, so you got that more of an instant response to the engine response is kind of there quickly. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, so those modes come in handy, and I could definitely feel the difference there. So if you got this as a new rider, right off the bat, as long as you're, not really short, it's easy to sit on, easy to control. It's not heavy, it's not top heavy. Quick shifter's simple, and it's got the ride mode, so you can put it in rain, kind of get used to it, then put it up in road and sport later, and you won't get bored of it. This is definitely fast enough. If I had open roads here, I could test it a little bit more, but just in the little quick spurts of power I am able to deliver, I can feel the bike wants to move, it wants to boogie. So I don't think you'd get bored of this bike. And this could even be a great second bike, and it's lighter, it's easier to maneuver, better on gas. This would be a cool bike for that too. Take it to daily rider to work or something, and then save your leader bike or your big cruiser for when you go on the weekends with your buddies and go out into the hill country and have fun. Yeah, this has plenty of speed, I'm telling you. Just there I hit a bump and I hit the throttle, and I had to consciously kind of hold on because the bike wanted to take off without me. I just hit a big bump there. It was not that bad. Let's get over here and turn around. And this quick shifter is nice. Again, I'm just a big quick shifter guy. I love when they have a bike with a really good quick shifter. Okay, let's go. Got no cars in front of me. Well, that was fun. That was pushing on my helmet. This bike is definitely not underpowered, by no means. Very nice. So that's why I said this bike is also good for people that are experienced and have another bike and just want a second fun bike that's light, quick, easy to maneuver. Especially if you're going to go around traffic and downtown areas like this, and you don't want to be on your big cruiser or your heavier, not so much heavier, but not as maneuverable, like leader bike, sport bike, something like that. This would be a fun second bike. And because of its weight to power ratio, it is fast. It's a quick bike. And I've been on this bike maybe a total of 20 minutes now. Very comfortable. I don't have any parts of my body that are screaming at me, and I'm an older dude, so my back and hips and things like that, sometimes if you get on a bike that's really leaned over, for me, my back will start screaming at me. Yeah, the power is definitely there to get past cars, disappear cars, maneuver yourself around into different positions. Brakes are good too. Quite grabby. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I really like that this bike has a quick shifter, especially for the price point. Under 9,000 comes with a quick shifter. That's really good, and it has so much tech in that little round guy there. All kinds of information to give you, ride modes. Everything feels really solid and not cheap. And this sounds pretty good. I don't know if you can hear it through the helmet, but this would sound very nice with an aftermarket exhaust, so I would definitely get one. And so far the seat is good. I mean, you usually got to ride a bike for at least an hour and a half or so before you can really get some kind of sense of the seat, and even longer in some cases, to see if it's gonna, you know, make your butt go numb, or if it's got spots on it that aren't comfortable. Here comes the sun. Finally, it's supposed to be sunny today. It's finally coming out. You see that? Just making people disappear. I'm a magician. This bike is heaps of fun. And because it's light, it's very nimble. Yeah, this bike is so much fun, guys. Heading back to the shop now, back to AF1. My ride is coming to an end, but I was pleasantly surprised by this bike. Very fun. Back home we go. Bum, 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 bum. Alright guys, thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do subscribe and thumbs up if you felt this video was cool. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Later.